So I'm just giving a little bit of background. So Dr. Charlie Weingroff and I have been working together for, I think, over 8 years right now. He's one of my closest buddies and one of the most brilliant minds in the industry. So, Charlie, Dr. Weingroff, I like
What's
calling you
up?
that.
I was saying before when you said good looking, I know you weren't talking to me. You had to be talking to
I was
somebody else.
talking to you. I was talking
Yeah,
to you, man.
yeah. I don't know about
You're
all that.
you have a beautiful wife, man. You're on the level.
Yeah,
It's all
I'll
good.
kick my coverage, right?
We all did, trust me. I did also. All right, so guys, so what we're gonna do is Charlie and I, no rocket science today. We're just gonna go through about 20 minutes of movement. Um, that's really it, man.
Yeah.
Simple.
Uh, hey. So Don, what do you think here? I have a bunch of stuff planned. I got some shoulder stuff, but I see you got the mat down. You want to take a little left
No,
turn and do some stuff on the mat?
no, not at all. I just have the mat down because it was down earlier. I was shooting some
Yeah.
video. So
Oh,
whatever
look,
you want.
we could probably
I'm
do a
under.
little bit of both. So, why don't you start face down
Okay.
on the mat, and we'll start to get some press ups. But what I want you to try and do
Sure.
is when you set your hand, try to set it this way. So you're going to turn your hand so your fingers are looking right and left. Good,
Hmm.
good. Now go ahead and get your press up. So you're going to keep your hips close to the floor, push into the ground. Now look up as far as you can go. Get a deep breath, and then just an easy breathe out on the way down. So now let that exhale happen when you come back down. So just very very passive on the exhale. Don't work too hard when you breathe out, and then come back down.
I got you.
Hey, yeah, yeah. So it becomes a cyclic. There you go.
Why the fingers out? I'm just curious.
So what we've been trying to play with putting the fingers out and getting the shoulders externally rotated, it creates a little cascade of events that the shoulders and the ribs become a little bit more efficient to get that breath. So you know what, Don? Do this. You just
Yep.
did about 5 or 6.
Yep.
Now try them where your hands would normally be, and let's see if you feel different. I don't know that everybody's going to feel different. It's just something we're playing around with.
Interesting. Where I feel it differently, and that's probably because I've been focusing on it a lot, was when I'm focusing on the breath, I feel like I could breathe into my almost like my rib cage and my upper back a little bit easier when my hands are turned out.
Yeah,
Does that
that
make
that's
sense?
what that's what we're trying to do. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. That's exactly what that's the desired effect here.
I love
Um,
it. I love it.
yeah, and you know what too? You could also try to put your hands the total opposite position. So now turn them inwards,
See that?
and then let's see how you feel there.
Yeah, that just doesn't feel right.
Well, I would expect that to feel miserable. So
Yeah,
that's
miserable.
yeah. So I don't know that the opposite is really the best way, but it's just something, and
I
usually
like it.
something like this, it makes sense. So there's a little bit of a rationale to centrating the shoulders and the shoulder blade, and work on the breath. But if somebody didn't like how it felt, I don't think it's dangerous to keep your hands forward. So, but it's breathe in on the way up. It's look
Yep.
up, and then it's passive, very easy exhale on the way down. There you go. Good.
I love
Pop
this
up.
one. Love it.
Yep. Pop up onto hands and knees, and
Okay.
then we'll get cat and camel, and what we're looking for is when you look down, and then you're going to try to touch your spine to the ceiling. You're going to get real round. Yep. Yep. So that's round. Tuck your tail, get a deep breath in, and then the opposite, which you've done, and that's where the passive exhale is. So you're going to sync the movement to your breath.
So
There you go.
you obviously want an inhale when I'm rounding, and then you want the exhale when I'm going into that.
Correct, 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 correct. Yep, yep, yep. And look, there's a lot of ways to get after this cat and camel, but this is, maybe just a little kind of catch-all where we can take advantage of getting a little bit of a better breath along with getting the spine moving.
It took me for a while to start feeling this in my mid back. You know, like when I remember when I started doing this for years, I felt this in my lower back and I always felt like it was wrong. But now I primarily feel it in all of my mid to my upper.
Yeah, and that's going to be different for wherever someone has their own limitation, or if they have any limitations, they might not. And some people say, well, I don't feel this anywhere. And that could be for two reasons. One, they're not limited in any of these positions, or they're so limited that it doesn't even move. And they think they're doing something ideal when they're really missing a big segment of your spine. That might have been where you were a little while ago.
Awesome. So
Good.
guys, if you're
Hey,
following along, just keep doing this stuff with me as Charlie's walking me through it. That's
all right, hey,
fantastic.
why don't we stay in that position right
Sure.
there? Okay. Now let's take your right foot, and it's going to get near your right hand. So some people, so you could be, yeah, there you go. So not everybody's going to be able to do that. They're going to. So some people might have their foot behind their hand, which is okay. Some people might have it inside their hand, which is okay. But what I'd like you to try, Don, is take that left foot and turn it diagonal.
Turn it diagonal.
Yeah, so no, that's unless there's something messed up with the camera, that's the right side. So the left foot.
Okay, the foot that's back. This is my left.
Oh, then it's coming different
Yeah,
on the
it's coming
camera.
different. Yeah. So,
Okay, yeah. So if I say left, then do your right. So
okay.
your right foot is going to turn diagonal.
So
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah.
opening that hip up, pretty much.
Correct. Now reposition your shoulders so they're square to your head. Yep. And now let's reach with the right. So I keep saying the right. So now it's the left that's going to reach. No, the left.
The left.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So now thumbs up and reach, and try to keep your head packed in, and your neck and thoracic all follow together. Good. Like pull. Somebody's about to put their hand in front of your face. Pull your head away a little bit. There you go. Yep, longer. So we're looking for a lot of length through the top of your head all the way down to your bottom.
Let me fix this camera quick so I can give everyone a better view. Sorry about that, guys. So, diagonal here. Neck's packed and.
Yeah. Try.
You want me to go
this.
through dynamically, or you want me just to hold it?
No, either one. But
Yeah.
why don't you hold this one? Hold this one. Challenging position. Go ahead. And now think of like you have a tattoo or a gold chain on, and you want to show as much of it as possible. And you see that's you'll get your neck a little bit out of the way.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. Good.
I feel that.
Good.
I feel that.
Yep. And then come back out. So think about you're always going to try to show your chain. Show everybody your new gold chain.
Gotcha. Switch lights?
Yeah. Go ahead and switch. And then, if we were going to focus on these, you could go back and forth through all three of these so far and just kind of flow them together.
Well, this side feels a lot more limited to rotate.
Well, that's we're learning something about you.
There it goes.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. So again, the inhalation is on the way up, and it's a very easy, soft, passive breathe out. There you go. Good.
Awesome. That felt great.
Good. The camera will probably be in good shape. Go ahead and lie on your back. Your feet are towards the camera. All right. Good. We're going to do a little version of the dead bug here. Let's bring both knees towards your chest. Okay. Good. Now cross your arms so your hands are on the outside of your knees. No, outside of your knees, Don. So look. So hey, take a look. Your one hand will cross here and hold, and the other hand will hold.
Okay, so here.
There you go. Good. Now you can now pull them into your chest. Good.
Right.
All right. So I'll probably screw up the right and left here. So how about let's just keep one hand there, so you're pulling your knee to your chest, and release the other one. Okay. Perfect. The hand that got released, that goes reaching all the way back. Good. And hey, let's do that Spider-Man pizza. So you're going to turn your hand towards your fingers and bring your fingertips back as far as you can go. And the other one, yes. Now, hey, before you come back, stay back there. Now, let's get a leg raise with the leg that's down.
Oh, that's interesting.
And now come back and then reacquaint yourself with the knees. So it's really you have position one,
Yep.
position two. You've got that funky wrist position, and then reach with the leg straight out. Yep, there's your dead bug. Good. And now leg raise, and then come back, and that's one repetition.
That's terrific. Let me try a
Yeah,
few of those if you don't mind.
yeah. So your goal, Don, is to keep the knee as close to your chest as possible. Really work. Yeah, like it's going to be antagonistic. You're going to ideally create some space throughout the different segments of your spine, and you got to do that Spider-Man with your hand. So you're twisting it towards your pinky and bringing your fingertips back to your wrist.
Continue to just really pull that that leg that I'm holding into my chest as
Yeah,
I'm extending out, right?
yeah, and I think what you'll find is that it's a little bit more challenging to get to that
Uh-huh.
arm and leg position, and if you can beat that challenge, you got a good opportunity to just gently mobilize the spine.
Okay. And
Good.
good.
Hey, stay good. Stay right there. Throw one leg over the other like a figure four.
My apologies. What were you saying?
So one leg comes up over the other like a figure four. That should be easy to do. Good.
Okay.
And now lay on your back and your arms are out in a cross.
Okay.
Good. So here's your repetitions. You're only going to roll your bottom half just to get your foot flat on the ground. So you're going to roll that way. There you go. And then work hard to keep your head and neck and arms relaxed. Come back to the middle and then roll.
Yeah, so I see what you're saying. So just really trying to keep my back flat and
Correct.
my right hip, I'm trying to keep my right hip down even though it's going to move, correct?
Correct. Yeah, it has to move. It has to
It
move.
has to move.
Yeah, it has to move.
But okay, I totally get this. This is great. I've never done this one.
And then Don, but before we switch sides, get a couple more.
Yep.
And maybe get on the third one, just stay there. Stay keep your foot
Yep.
where it is. All right, you ready? Now,
Yep.
both hands are turned up. Okay. So now you're gonna roll your upper half and put hand over hand.
I'm going to roll my upper half with hand over hand here, right?
There you go. Good. Now,
That, or am I going to
yeah.
hold?
No, I think you could get away with that. I'm not sure most people do. So why don't we do something different? So go hand over hand. Okay. So now slide your top hand till it touches your chest and ribs. Now grab on. No, keep your hand there and grab on. And
And then
now
open.
turn. Yeah, then
Yeah.
turn. Yeah,
It's like a rib
so
roll. It's like a rib roll.
yeah, with a little different position that we're trying out in the lower half. But I think it would be a big mistake if you try to reach the way you did, but
Yeah.
you couldn't get to the ground. You'd probably be getting tighter rather than getting looser. So it's for you it's okay to do, and anybody that can get their hands totally flat, then I would think that's a good move.
Awesome.
Good. Now go hands all the way out again. Good. Switch your figure four. And then let's do the bottom half.
So I'm going to go about 5 reps.
Yeah. I mean, for our purposes, doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Exhaling on the way down, Charlie?
Yeah. No.
Or
I'm listening.
inhale.
Yeah. So breathe in. Yeah.
Breathe,
Breathe in
breathe
on
in
the
on the way
way
down.
down. There you
Expand.
go.
And then exhale on the way
Yeah,
up. Sorry, that was it.
yeah. It's gonna be you're gonna feel like maybe it's hard to get your breath a little bit, but that's everything's in the right position, or at least efficient. Can't really be
100%.
wrong.
Great. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack the
Yeah.
hands
Yep. Close it off. You're just sliding.
to my
Because
grabbing
Don,
almost. Yeah.
yeah, for some people that's all. That's the move. They just slide. They just slide
Yeah.
to there.
I want to be expanding my rib cage though as I'm extending out though, right? And breathing in,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah, yeah. So as you get to a more challenging position, so that's the twist, that's where you should breathe in. There you go.
You've been incorporating a lot more breath work in, Charlie, over the
Yeah, I mean
years.
there's I think it's interesting that
Awesome.
when I first started to see breathing as part of some of the physical therapy coursework and studies, it was very, very interesting because it was stuff that we learned as a power lifter. I mean, the first time you learn how to get that breath, all of a sudden it feels like the bar is a piece of paper,
Right.
and they're really quite the same in terms of after you strip back the onion. But breathing and creating relaxation is probably the single best link of all types of thought processes or training. So
Perfect.
the problem is there's a difference between breathing and exchange, air exchange. So you can't, like, you can take a breath any kind of way, and it may not fit what we're looking for some of these other musculoskeletal goals, but you're still getting good air into your lungs. But that type of breathing is could be detrimental for some movement skills. But it's
Awesome.
hard to kind of have to coach that up a little bit.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
listen, that was perfect. Do you have one more for me? Because I want to hit, I mean, we're
All
basically at
right.
20 minutes.
Well, let's
Give me
try.
one more, and then I want this to, I'm going to put this up on my IGTV because I want people to be able to
Yeah,
come to it all the time.
yeah. So hey, let's stick a little bit with what we were doing, so it
Mhm.
flows and makes it easy to follow. Lay back and then put yourself into the figure four stretch. So this time your other leg is straight. You're just pulling your leg upwards towards your. Yeah, you're getting
Mhm.
under it. So give me that other hand underneath. So look at me. You kind of pull this way.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go. There you go. Okay, now you're long through your bottom all the way to your head. Turn your head towards. So this is going to be the right. Turn your head to the right. All right, screw it, to the left. And now roll so your foot gets flat. Yeah.
Ooh.
And now
And
roll
back?
back. Yeah, and then roll
Oh,
back.
that's awesome.
Yeah, so try to come to a complete stop and then try to use as little momentum as possible. And you're really trying to think that there's a big red line that goes from the crown of your head all the way to your bottom.
Wow, this is great. One more time. I get what you're saying about not using momentum. I remember years ago when you taught me about rolling, a lot of
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
full body rolling and how you didn't want to use momentum. And it was very
yeah.
difficult.
Those are still primo, very very good choices. I'm just not sure for what we're doing today that would be terribly practical to
Right.
demonstrate. Nice.
One more time.
Hey Don, let's try one more.
Sure.
Grab both legs like they're happy baby.
Okay.
All right. So lay all the way back again. And now you're going to do the same move, except now to the side that you're rolling, you're going to actively straighten your leg and then bring it back on the way back.
Actively straighten oh, so I'm going to act. So if I'm rolling to
Yeah,
the right, I'm going to straighten the right leg.
yeah. But it's now like a progression from that. Go ahead.
What am I doing with my arms?
They're in the same
Okay.
place. Yeah,
So it's basically,
yeah, same move. There you go. And now the right arm is going to reach and grab. There you go. There you go. That's money.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Go one more each.
Yeah. We just picked a couple that kind of flow into each other.
Yeah, I like it. So awesome. That's terrific, dude. Wow. You know what? It's funny. I probably picked up like 3 or 4 new things. I know it didn't seem
Cool.
like a lot, but made it just effective, and I just feel great. So, guys, I've been I'm humble enough to say I've been stealing stuff from Charlie for the last 8 or 9 years of my life. I mean, he's one of the most brilliant minds in the industry, one of my closest buddies, and just, I mean, if you just saw from that video, I just keep my mouth shut and listen. Charlie, where can people find you if they want to hear more about what you're doing?
Well, you got the Instagram here, CH Weingroff, and charlieweingroff.com is my website where you can find all the social media and all the other stuff that we have out there.
Yeah, so I'm praying I'm going to be able to save this. If I save this, this is going up on my Instagram TV this afternoon because I think this is just a great little, a great little session that people can follow along with. And my brother, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right, man.
Perfect. Thanks. Take care. Send my best to Ali. Bye.
You got it, man. Bye-bye.
So as you can see, one of the smartest people I've ever met, and really one of the best guys I know. So guys, give him a follow. Body feels good. It's amazing when you get that breath work in with the right movements. And as you can see, we weren't sitting there killing ourselves with, all this high heart rate work. This is just more about targeted focus and doing a lot of the right things that my body needs. Charlie also knows my body, and he knows some things that I need. So that was really helpful. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Talk to you.